Ian Strung here with another CanCon Classics segment. This week, new Peterborough pop metalers Burning Bridges. That's Wes Tustin on vocals and guitar, Ali Stanbury on guitar, Matt Freak on bass, and Phil English on drums. Check out Running Off the Tracks. This is brand new Burning Bridges. Brand new Burning Bridges. Burning Bridges is a band I first saw at the Bovine Sex Club in Toronto August 19th of this year, 2023. They were playing with Harley Olivia, who I was there to see mostly, also Luscious, who are a phenomenal band as well. I hope to have all of these bands on the show at some point. As it happens, they played Hey Hey My by Neil Young, so I approached them to go grab the song at their next gig, which was at Sneaky D's on August the 25th the following week with Riley, Patrick and the Roundabouts and Lucid Movement. Since then, I've been planning this show since I was almost ready to release it, and then they said they had brand new music on the way and that I should wait for that. So I did, and I'm happy I did so because that's awesome. These guys have opened for the Killjoys and Ill Scarlet. Their website has an audio file proving they have Biff Naked's thumbs up, and they've even won 2 New Music Awards. Burning Bridges was awarded with New Music Award 2023 for Rock Single of the Year for their single Going Down, as well as New Music Award 2023 Rock Artist of the Year. So these guys are going places. They have the perfect 2000s new metal sound that would do well in the US if they decided to tour there, and they seem to love being photographed and videoed. This is pretty intense integral these days. If you have an aversion to having everything you do cataloged forever, you won't do well in the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok generation. My wife Karina, who goes by Yarn Confetti on Instagram, has never seen a band so willing to pose for photos, and since she's a photographer, that's a good thing. She's always saying, you should be like those guys, and I wouldn't mind trying. Here's another new Burning Bridges song, Heartless. This is produced and recorded for commercial radio by the Reverie Recording Studio. Crank it. That was new Burning Bridges, the pop metal pride of Peterborough. The CanCon Classic they will be doing is Hey Hey My My by Neil Young. For a change, here's me and Spacker Dave Vestaloin in a dialogue about Neil Young. We recorded this around back at their October 6th show at the Horseshoe Tavern in Toronto. Have a listen. So this is Spacker Dave Vestaloin, who's always on the show doing his travelogue, and also he was in the Black Void, who did the Having an Average Weekend by Shadowy Man on a Shadowy Planet, which was, I guess, a couple of episodes ago. This will be the Burning Bridges one. So this is a pop metal band from Peterborough who does Hey Hey My My, which I know Oasis does on their live album, and I know that Kurt Cobain, I think, referenced it in his Suicide Note or something like that, I think. So what can you tell me about this song that I don't know?
All right. Well, I can tell you a few things, but I'm going to start out with a really fun Neil Young fact. Neil Young is very important in the Toronto music scene, and he was coming out here, but also in the Toronto music scene, very important latter-day artists. Neil Young and Rick James used to be in a band together in Toronto.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I only knew that. Check out Mike Judge's Tales from the Tour Bus. Great fucking series.
Oh, right. I've heard of that. It's like an animated show where it's about real tales from the tour bus.
Exactly. And yeah, the Rick James episode is just amazing. Now, Neil Young has a lot of records. Neil Young was at one time the biggest rock star in the world.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people in our age group don't know that.
Right around the time of The Heart of Gold, and then that was replaced at the top of the charts by America's Horse with No Name, which is kind of like a Neil Young sound-alike, and that was peak Neil Young at that point.
Exactly. Neil Young was everywhere and was everything. And I'm not sure exactly when Rust Never Sleeps came out, but Rust Never Sleeps has the two tracks that bookend it. My My Hey Hey out of the blue, and Hey Hey My My into the black. And it's kind of like a reprise. It's kind of like an acoustic electric kind of vibe. And it's cool. It's a good thing. Good record. I'm not the world's biggest Neil Young fan, but it is one of my favorites. However, in my book, his best record is Rust Never Sleeps. No, Live Rust. Live Rust is the live one. And Live Rust is the album that got him called by some the godfather of grunge.
With Crazy Horse.
With Crazy Horse, yeah. Neil Young is always better when Crazy Horse are riding along. Big Crazy Horse fan. But yeah, you can find, there's a live version of Neil Young and Crazy Horse playing. You can find a video on YouTube. It's great. Crazy Horse are great. It's a great sound. It's a great record. Live Rust, Neil Young's finest, in my book.
But there's lore behind this song. It's in Kurt Cobain's Suicide Note, I think, and the song itself, I think, references the Sex Pistols, right?
Oh yes, that's the thing. Neil Young uses the word Johnny Rotten, and their backup vocals, Johnny Rotten, Rotten Johnny.
Okay.
And people always think it's a reference to Johnny Rotten, but actually, Neil Young is referring to himself as Johnny Rotten. I don't think he knew who Johnny Rotten was at the time.
Oh.
Actually, the live version came out in '78, which was the Sex Pistols' heyday. Wasn't that like the 1 year the Sex Pistols were actually a band?
Well, there was only one proper album. Yeah, you're probably right.
There was one album, but the band only lasted a year. Like, maybe a year and a half if you push it. It was whirlwind. But yeah, Neil Young didn't know who Johnny Rotten was. He was calling himself Johnny Rotten. It was like a dig on himself.
Okay, see, that I didn't know. So Oasis covers it on Familiar to Millions. So Oasis obviously is very influenced by Neil Young, and a lot of people don't realize how influential Neil Young is on like heavy guitar music sort of thing.
Yeah, no, that's totally a thing. And a lot of that comes from Rust Never Sleeps, because it's his only album that really has that heavy guitar kind of vibe to it. Everything else is a lot more acoustic-y. Not everything, but disproportionately by comparison.
But yeah, when I read that Raging Heavy Peace book, many of the chapters started on one page, ended early on the next one, and then there was a page in between. It's not chronological. It makes absolutely no sense. He just made the whole thing up, and his ridiculous Pono music service, about half the book is whining that didn't take off, basically. Literally. And then much of it is also about his electric cars and his toy trains. These are things he talks about almost as much as music in the book. And there's no narrative, there's no chronology at all. It's just complete nonsense.
You might say it's not his finest work.
Yeah. But you know what? I really love, one of the first CDs I ever bought was Sleeps with Angels. Do you know that one? Well, with Piece of Crap on it. So that was pretty good. And then he had one with Pearl Jam too, with Downtown, the Mirror Ball album. That was That was pretty good.
I cannot abide Pearl Jam. I do not care for Pearl Jam.
You know what? I usually don't either, but I thought this was actually this one was okay. I've got Mirror Ball on CD. But yeah, Neil Young is, in terms of Canadians, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ×2. Buffalo Springfield, solo. And Crosby, Stills, and Nash is a band that's entirely made up of dual inductees. And when it's with him, that's true as well, although he's not in for that. He's also been on the cover of Rolling Stone like 12 times or something like that. So he's a CanCon classic that doesn't even need to care that he's Canadian. He's kind of, in fact, he's not Canadian anymore. He's not. He's an American citizen at this point. So that was a lot of info about Neil Young that's not all positive, but I don't think he's going to listen to this. Yay!
Hey everyone, it's Wes from Burning Bridges here. We are an alternative rock band from Peterborough/Toronto area. It's myself on lead guitar and vocals, Ali Stanbury on guitars, Phil English on drums, and Matt Freak on bass. We just finished up in the studio getting 2 new singles mastered with plans to release them in the near future, and we've got a music video on the way too, which is super exciting. When we were looking at deciding what cover the band was going to do, we all decided that Hey Hey My My by Neil Young was such a banger. It's got such a heavy bass line, super grungy, and that's totally our style. So we decided to rock it up a bit and up the tempo, and it just goes over so well. Everybody knows and loves Neil Young. All of our parents grew up listening to him, and just outside of Peterborough, in the small town of Omemee is where he grew up, and there used to be a Neil Young museum there, which was fantastic. But anyway, here is our cover of Neil Young's Hey Hey My My. We hope you guys enjoy it, and we'd love to catch you guys out there in one of our shows in the Toronto or Peterborough area. Thanks, Ian, for spinning this tune, man. We appreciate you. This is Neil Young's Hey Hey My My, covered by Burning Bridges. Thanks, guys.
Hope you guys are having a good time. You guys might know this next song. Sing along if you do. Who knows Neil Young?
was Hey Hey My My by Burning Bridges live at Sneaky D's August 25th, 2023. That's all for this week. Remember to follow me on Instagram at Ian Strung. Check out my original music at Cold Day Hands CA. Check out my album of CanCon covers at Grand Fenwick. Stay tuned as well later in the episode, a remastered CanCon Classic spot from 2022. Peace.